In downtown Chihuahua, there is a legendary bridal shop known as La Popular. The shop gained notoriety not only for the bright dresses they produced, but for a weird and legendary inhabitant that adorned the storefront. She is known as La Pascualita. The mannequin was placed in the store the 25th of March of 1930. The level of detail of the dummy was impressive. It was something revolutionary for the time. Her eyes, her natural hair, and her skin tone took the town locals aback. Even the employees were stunned to see what they had in front of them. But La Pascualita was no normal mannequin. Her legend is one of broken hearts, brujeria, deceit, and unfulfilled promise. Welcome to the Mexighost Tales. I am your host, Denny Chavez, and this is our first episode on this channel where we will dabble into ghost stories, urban legends, conspiracy theories, creepypastas, and more hailing from Mexico. In our first entry, we will have no other than La Pascualita. This is one of the most famous legends in Mexican folklore. This one takes place in the city of Chihuahua, the capital of the state known by the same name. But first, if this is your type of content, please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and most importantly, if you have any supernatural encounters, I definitely want to hear all about it. Just to clarify, ghost stories come from everywhere in the world. Who knows, if you're down, we might feature one of your stories in one of our episodes. We are also on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. You can find us as the Mexighost, so make sure you check us out over there as well. So without further ado, let's jump into the legend of La Pascualita, also known as La Chonita, who caught everyone's attention when she first appeared modeling dresses in the bridal shop known as La Popular back in 1930. The rumor mill took off not only because of her lifelike features, but also due to the strange resemblance to the daughter of the bridal shop owner, Pascuala Esparza. It is important to note that according to the town's locals, Pascuala had a daughter, and she had passed away the same day as her wedding. A black widow spider crawled into the young bride's head and ended her dreams. Pascuala Esparza was devastated to learn of her daughter's tragic ending and had her embalmed and placed in the shop wearing the very same dress she had made for her. Pascuala was asked by journalists, townfolks, and curious people alike of these events. Initially, she denied all of it, but later, she would remain quiet, adding fuel to the legend of having a real human body placed as a mannequin in the store. The maintenance of Chonita was elaborate. According to Pascuala, she had to bathe her every day so her hair and her eyebrows would maintain their fresh look. One time, judiciales, which I would like to take a moment to explain what judiciales were. This was a law enforcement agency. It had a state branch and a federal branch, so it's pretty much estatales and federales, which would be kind of like the FBI and the state police. However, those law enforcement agencies are long gone, mainly because of, corruption. So they disappeared. Well, these judiciales went to investigate if the rumors were true. When they got to the store, Esparza told them that Pascualita was taking a bath, and if they were willing to wait, she would allow them to inspect the mannequin. The agents were a little pushy and insisted that they needed to inspect the mannequin right away and they would leave her alone. Pascuala Esparza brought the dummy out wrapped in a towel so they could investigate. Although there was no evidence of foul play, the agents did mention that they left the store more suspicious than when they walked in. Another version of this urban legend is that the strange phenomenons started happening back in 1962. This was when Pascuala Esparza passed away. Her spirit, according to the locals, went into her beloved mannequin, and that these supernatural occurrences are due to the original owner's presence in the bridal shop. People have claimed that the dummy looks like her in her earlier years, and she keeps a watchful eye, coming to life every night. After the years passed, people were still amazed by the beauty and the mystery of La Pascuala, long after the original owner passed away and the store was bought out by someone else. Employees of the establishment have said that they have seen her cry. There's other versions that say that once the store is closed, Pascualita makes her rounds around the store, and that she even changes her dress if it's to her dislike. There's only a very limited number of store workers that are assigned to dress and undress Pascualita. This is not something that is top secret or that is, only for privileged employees. The main reason, according to some former employees, is that they have seen the veins in Pascualita's legs appear and disappear, and sometimes even pulsing. People in the town of Chihuahua would even carve their nails in Pascuala's face and hands to ensure that she was not alive. A young lady back in 1987 once said that she had an argument with her boyfriend right across the street from the shop. That this guy, in a fit of rage due to jealousy, pulled out a gun on her. The young woman made a run for it and was struck several times in the back, falling exactly at La Pascualita's feet. She claimed that her last words were calling out the eternal bride's name. When she woke up, she was at a hospital bed, well on her way to recovery, and stated that Pascualita saved her life, and every year she would place candles and flowers outside the store. There's also the French magician. This account claims that a magician came to visit Chihuahua from France. When he saw Pascualita, he immediately fell in love with her and put a spell. Since that day, every night the magician visits Pascualita and they dance when she comes out of her slumber. A video once surfaced of Pascualita's eyes following a person that was recording her on video. It is said that this video is cursed and that people that had mocked it or claim it's a fake end up having unfortunate things happening to them. Make of that what you will. I am just the messenger.
Estoy aquí con Pablo y la Pascualita. Vinimos a visitar aquí en Chihuahua. Pueden ver el vestido, está muy gracioso, güey. ¿Viste eso?
The dresses worn by Pascualita were extremely coveted by the new brides. There was the belief that every dress modeled by La Pascualita would warrant a long and happy marriage. For 90 years, La Pascualita's beauty was always on display at La Popular. However, in October of 2017, she was gone. She traveled to Mexico City as a part of Hotel de Leyendas Victoria, or Victoria's Hotel of Legends. Victoria is a very famous brewery in Mexico, and they had an exhibition of Mexico's legendary artifacts. For 8 months, La Chonita had not been seen in the Popular. It is said that the Mexican brewery that requested her to be a part of the exhibit in exchange would make a full restoration of the dummy. However, the people in the town of Chihuahua noticed that when Pascualita came back, she was not the same. The people clamored for her return, and they were not going to settle for a cheap copy. The word goes that the mannequin was taken to be restored, and the person in charge was about to replace what he thought was a glass eye and found out that it was a real eye. After further exploration, he found an impeccable work of taxidermy on what he thought was a real person. The other two theories are that when they were moving Pascualita to be transported back to Chihuahua, the guys that were carrying her dropped her and she broke. The last one is that the real Pascualita is the one still in La Popular, but that the restoration process was so poorly done that it changed her appearance completely. Whichever the case might be, the fact of the matter remains. The authorities never gave an explanation of what happened to the beloved figure, and no investigation was ever made public. Nothing in La Pascualita or Chonita is no more. Thank you so much for staying with me. I truly hope you liked this video, and if so, please subscribe, leave a like, leave me your ghost story in the comment section. This was our first episode here in the Mexighost Tales. Soon we will bring you more tales from Mexico's other history.
Y celebraremos una gran fiesta mexicana juntos.
¿De qué fiesta hablas?
Noviembre 2.
¿Y qué celebran?
A los muertos.